The aftermath of the name change of the All of the Six Facebook group, a sober Fuko, banding in the time of coronavirus, and Evil Bob Worrell returns. All of that and more on episode 162 today of the Chant Rant Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Oh, wait, no, that's your job. Sorry.
Hey, Scope.
Yes, Josh.
You know what really cancels on me last minute on podcast day?
I could guess, but what's that, Josh?
It's fucking Angel every fucking time.
Listen, I know we live in a betting town, and if I was a betting man, I would bet on Angel to not show
To not show up ever. Yeah. The thing that fucking grinds my gears about this, to harken back to the early days of the Chant Rant Podcast, is he's a patron. He's probably fucking watching the show.
I'm sure he is, because he's just sitting at home watching his kids.
He's sitting at home, fucking watching us do the show without his fucking dumbass, even though he assured us 17 times.
You know how Angel is. Like, nothing's assured with Angel.
Yeah,
and even doesn't matter.
About as useful as a shit flavored lollipop.
I love the man, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's one of my favorite human beings on the planet. But if you're like hanging on to a cliff, and the first head that pops over is his, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna die today.
By the way, ironically that you mentioned that, do you know what Angel does for hobby nowadays?
Yeah, he's been fucking climbing,
mountain climbing. And stuff. Yeah. That's interesting.
I want. Well, that's because the mountain, it will be there for eternity, so he doesn't have to be on time.
Right, plenty of time for him to show up and get there.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to episode 162 of the Chant Rant Podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fucko.
That's me.
And if you didn't know by the intro so far, this is an explicit show. We're going to use some naughty language, so you have 5 seconds to go listen to something else. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Angel! This is a cunt. Is Angel now a dirty word in our world?
Angel's a swear word. Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc. You can send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. If you want to do it like a smart person via email, that's fine. If you're too old and don't know how that works, you can call in at 702-483-7762, which
I can't believe we have a phone number.
We have a fucking phone. We have a call-in line.
Nobody's ever used it, but we'll
like
get
us. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. Check out the Chant Rant store at chantrant.com, where we have the dope-ass new... Oh, fuck. Is my hat in here? We have the dope new embroidered Chanter hat with the logo, with this logo on it.
Correct.
And the beanie.
Yeah.
I think it's probably in here somewhere, but let me finish the intro. I'll look for it.
That's fine.
Become a patron. This episode is brought to you by our patrons, those people who pay their sweet $5 a month at patreon.com/chanterant and are hanging out in the comments right now. Last but not least, invite and share with your friends. I already did the opening, so we're good.
Brilliant.
Oh, here's the hat.
Oh, there it is. It is such a lovely hat. And it's good quality.
Hey, say what you will about my grips, but I make sweet merch.
Yeah. I mean, you designed the logo well, or whatever it is.
I had somebody, I think it was John Van Dickface, and he was asking me, he's like, because he does like t-shirt printing and stuff. He's like, right. I'd love to do some like stuff for you guys. Like, oh, I'm totally down. And he's like, well, who does all your guys' like merch, like the designs and all that stuff? And I was like, you're fucking talking to him.
So he wants to like take over your job for you?
God, I hope so. I was like, dude, I'll pay you if you want to design some fucking shirts.
What is his theme, or what is he? What does he do his stuff for?
I don't know. Just make me something dope.
I'm just curious if he does he make like offensive. Like, what is his own brand? Like,
I have no idea.
He,
Couldn't tell you.
So,
But
sure, it's scary, whatever it is.
Hey, Pipe Major Fusco,
that's me.
how's banding going?
Like pipe banding specifically?
Yeah. With the semi-reopening of the United States of America,
It's the slow.
everyone has been doing a lot of homework. I'm sure
Yep. Working hard.
they've been working hard on their fundamentals and their competition music,
Yep. Rhythm, especially. People really putting a lot of effort into that.
and they've been showing up to both online and the occasional in-person practice.
Yeah, man. It's
Their pipe maintenance is just on point.
yeah. Attendance is amazing.
Everyone. It's too many people. We have to limit who can even come.
I don't.
When we occasionally throw an in-person socially distanced practice. It's hard to
like,
fit
We
everyone.
have to beat them off with a stick. Like, oh my god, they're so excited to get back to playing in a group that
They're stoked. Just fucking dedicated band members.
The fire code won't allow us to let any more people in the building.
So
That's how awesome it's going.
that's definitely how it's going, right?
It is. If you're in the upside down,
Yeah.
believe it or not, in the upside down things are positive.
there's a when they activated the Hadron Collider. There's a parallel universe where our band members actually fuck to save their species.
Where the
and
band
show
that
up.
shall not be
Yeah.
named is actually good.
Yeah,
And
they actually
not even good.
They've
they just
actually
show
been
up.
working at home and they show up to practice when they can and
Yeah, I can only do so much online band practices. Like
before you
3 a
wanna-
month is I can't do it.
before you want to chomp on your Glock.
Correct. Ironically enough, I wonder if it's the location. People just don't want to go to that church, or when we have them at the other place, the place with the bar, at least a couple more people show up.
Well, that's how you get at least the drummers will come.
Right.
But the drummers will at least show up to the place with cheap drinks.
Yeah. None of them. At least Graham will be there. He won't play, but he'll be.
Yeah,
there.
I'm about to say he's always fucking there.
He's always there at the.
Speaking of which, it was Graham's birthday yesterday. He's 162.
yeah, that guy is so old at this
Happy birthday, Graham. Never have I ever met a person who talks more about bagpipes and plays bagpipes
Plays
less.
Exactly correct. I went over to his birthday party, which you did as well. We went separately because it was different times of the day. But his birthday party was at the place that we practice once a month, and they have a bar. And this was like, for me, it was like something out of the scene from like The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, dude, that bar for sure.
Like, I was like, who are these freaks? And what if I walked into? Graham's like, hey, get some food. I'm like, nah, that's cool, man. I don't know who cooked it. I don't know what's going on here.
That bar is like, here's the mandatory Petri dish you have to lick on your way in.
Oh my god, no masks, no, and like people that have obviously not have seen better days when it comes to cleaning themselves,
Yeah.
or brushing their teeth.
Well, it's not, and like for me, like the no mask thing doesn't really bother me that much anymore because I got shots. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me so much.
Because like we had that with the Pirate Fest thing that we worked a couple was that a couple weekends ago?
Yeah,
and we were like doing stuff for the games and whatever, and everyone just like running around coughing in each other's faces like fucking goons. And they're like, well, and the no mask thing doesn't bother me because I've had shots, so I don't give a fuck. Very unlikely you're gonna get me sick. But like people being militant about me wearing one,
or not wearing it specifically. Right?
no, where like people that come up to me and they're like, fucking take your mask off.
That's what I mean. They want you to take it off.
Yeah, like take your mask off. I was like, nah, dude, like I'm good.
Like yeah, people are wild about that.
And I'm just like, how is me wearing this fucking infringing on you at all? Like this does not affect you in any way, shape, or form unless you just want to see my fucking gorgeously cut jawline.
Well, as we were discussing before the show started, people are generally terrible.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, and like I had to have that conversation so many times, and like but the reason I bring it up is because that bar, I had the same thing where the bartender's like, well, you take your mask off, and I was like, I know I can, I'm just not going to right now. Like you fucking like it's not bothering you.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with you. Like, guess what? Just like I'm respecting your personal choice to be a fuckhead and not mask up when you're in large groups.
Right.
Just respect my choice. You don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'm immunocompromised and can't get a shot. Maybe I fucking don't want to smell your stank ass breath. Like,
yeah, there's a million reasons like that that you have to make. But people are assholes and they want to make a political statement.
well, everybody,
to everyone.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like
social media.
it's always about personal freedom until it's about someone else's personal freedom.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like everything is about my personal freedom, but also I want to infringe on your personal freedom by making you take that fucking thing off. I'm like,
Right.
no, fuck you. Like,
Yeah, but it's like it's the social media culture too, where people are just screaming into the void to be heard. They're stupid.
Yeah, it blows
like
my
everybody's
mind.
stupid,
Yeah.
including us.
I'm
So
stupider,
no one needs to
stupider
hear
than most.
no one needs to hear your opinions on anything. Like fuck
It's
you.
like I don't give a fuck. Like,
It's so.
I had a woman.
obnoxious.
She's like, man, I see people in those, and I just want to reach and rip it off your face. And I'm like, if you touch me, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Like why does that? Okay, like just,
This is like me wearing a mask, and the thing that I do now, which was like the most fun, is because I have like a set that my girlfriend's lovely parents got me of Golden Knights branded like face masks.
Oh, okay.
So every time someone gives me shit about it, I'm just like, what, you don't like the Knights? And they're just like, because that's like our Vegas hockey team. So and no one wants to shit talk the fucking Golden Knights.
right.
There's like, well, fucking take that thing off. I was like, you don't like the Knights? Like, what, are you a Hawks fan? Like, fuck you.
Right. Yeah.
just immediate pivot into sports.
Yeah, and then they always misunderstand what they're saying. That's always a great one.
But yeah, no, banding's going like shit.
Yeah, you've been more fired up about it than I have.
I'm
though.
so frustrated, Fusco.
Yeah, like I'm
occasionally frustrated on your behalf.
Yes, you've said that a couple times in the last month, and I'm just like, I think I'm just resigned.
You're
to
just
it.
numb.
I'm dead inside as far as band goes.
You're just numb to it at this point. Where it's like,
you know, I do. We of course give credit to the guys that do show up, like Rick and Bill.
all
when he's
two of
not
them.
working.
Yeah,
and Tim.
And
Tim's
Jer
great.
Bear.
Yeah, Jeremy, of course, was 6 hours away.
Jer Bear who shows up anytime. Jer Bear who will drive from fucking Yuma to Vegas to go to practice.
I've seen Jeremy more in the last year than
Anybody else?
90% of the
yeah,
Lucas.
I've seen Jeremy more.
I mean, okay, like, just I don't know.
I'm
trying to be-
I'm intentionally sending you down a rabbit hole on this one.
I'm trying to be like understanding about the.
And this is a sober Fusco still.
yes,
You're
correct.
sober for what, another week?
Yeah, another week. But I'm gone to New York next weekend. So,
Oh,
by
you're
the way, have
fucked.
you tried to sort out what you want to do next week?
No, I'll fucking make Bill do it.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll have Fireman Bill in the co-host. seat.
perfect. Oh, sure, he'll show up to that.
Well, I'm not gonna try to get Angel.
Bill, well, no, you can't count on Angel.
I'll get Bill, or I'll get fat ass fucking Gunyon.
Ooh, there's an idea.
I can't even call him fat anymore. He's lost weight. He looks
has
pretty.
lost weight.
He looks pretty.
He
good.
doesn't look good, but
He looks okay. He looks okay for an old fucker who's been blown up a couple times.
yeah. You know what's funny? I remember last night because he told me how old he was, right? And he's like, and it hit me that like I met him 20 years ago,
Yeah,
and he was my age now when I met him,
that's nuts.
which is always spins your head, you know, a little bit.
Because so I took, because my brother was here, because we had gone to Boulder, and then he was going to hang out and have food for Courtney's thing. So my brother came out of his cave. He was here for a while.
right.
And everyone's just like, I didn't even know you fucking had a brother. Yeah, I do. And so my brother was here. We're hanging out, and I was going to go pop over real quick because I had to cook. So I was like, I got like an hour window where I can come by and like buy you a drink.
Right.
So I popped over to Eagles real quick 'cause it's not far, and took Chris with me because Chris was like, oh, I'll see Graham. Like, I haven't seen Graham in fucking forever. I was like, yeah, no worries, man. So I brought him over, and on the drive, Chris was like, you think it's weird that like you're 30 now and you met Graham when you were like 12, so you've known him longer than you haven't?
Right.
And I was like, yeah, and that's probably why I'm fucked in the head.
That's a big reason.
Yeah, like my parents still to this day, when Graham's around, like, this is you. This is your fault.
It was his early influence. Yeah.
He was so funny at the bar too. He's like, oh, this fucking Josh, like, this is a great piper here. He's like, I fucking taught him for a week, and then he taught me.
Graham's really nice when he's drunk. It's funny. He's also an asshole because he said he was similar. He's like, oh, this is pipe major of a band, great player, blah 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 blah, right? And then he's like, and then I think I played him Happy Birthday, and then right
it's
after,
a great band with 4 people.
right? And then he's like, everybody, 1, 2, 3. Fuck Jesus! Like, oh fuck, here he goes. He'll go from being nice just to try to offend everybody all in one sentence.
Oh yeah, no, he's the original shock jock.
Oh, big time. But it was fun. It was fun. I mean, he was fun because he was hammered, and he was shocked that I wasn't drinking. And he's like, "What are you, gay or something?"
Something offensive.
Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know if you noticed, but Angel is in the chat.
Oh, fucking shocker.
Apparently, he's going to get divorced next week. He's going to announce it soon, I guess. I don't know.
Again?
For the 7th time.
Angel-
that'll twist him. That'll piss him off.
Angel is just determined to have more baby mamas than any like NBA player in history.
Without being famous, without having the advantage of being famous.
He can't play basketball to save his soul from hell, but he can dig down a lot of broads.
Or pipes for that matter. But either way.
I feel bad saying that because I fucking love his wife. She's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he might keep her.
I'm about to say, yeah. If they split up, we're keeping her and we're getting rid of fucking Angel.
Yeah. Well, they have the advantage of they don't have a kid together, so that's
true.
That's the one.
Yeah, no,
variable that's different.
I would definitely keep his current wife and just kick his ass to the curb. Like he's not. I could teach her to play pipes in the time it would take for me to get him to come to practice.
That's a good point. Absolutely correct.
It wouldn't be that hard. So we talked about Super Foco. We talked about
Super Foco?
banding. Super Foco. Sober Fuco.
Yeah, that's going as well as you'd expect.
Are you just realizing why there's better living through chemistry?
Yes. Makes me want to try a lot of other things.
Makes you want to try drugs.
Exactly. Like, God, no wonder people get into this.
Dude,
it's so boring being sober.
Because of the nature of the work I'm trying to get into, I cannot like do any illicit substances besides booze. But if you want me to be if you want me to keep an eye on you while you trip balls, I will happily make sure you don't get hurt. Because it's one of those things you pass on. Like there was a person who the first time I tripped balls kept an eye on me to make sure I didn't hurt myself.
Right.
I will happily be your Sherpa up the mountain of fucking
Dude, I want to do
shrooms.
DMT or
let's ease you in, bud.
Well, I mean,
So subscribe to Patreon to see the live stream from my phone of Fusco on shrooms.
that would be good content.
So you had a dojo class contest. Tell me more about this while I drink.
Yeah, so as I figured as a lead into advertising for the dojo, which he still hasn't paid us for in months.
As a lead into the guy who owes me money.
Right. So just one of the fun things we do with dojo, especially in my class, because I try to have some fun once in a while. Last week, on Friday, we do Fun Friday, and we just started working on a reel that I stole off the internet. I just found it on a website that Stuart Little teaches off of. I was like, oh, this is kind of a neat tune. And it was named after a bad Tinder date I figured. So it's called Scary Mary. And I figured, let's teach this one. This one's got a story and it's a neat little tune. So anyway, so I taught it to everybody, and we just literally essentially started with the metronome at 80 per eighth note, and just played through a part, clicked it up, played through the part, clicked it up. We did it until it was as fast as a reel would be,
absolutely,
basically, and people just dropped off. Let's just have some fun. Just let me know when you fall off, and we'll just sort of keep track.
Yeah, no worries.
Right? So we just did that, and that was fun to do.
So who shredded the best?
So then what we made, it was a contest. All right, you guys got a week. Who can play it the best and the cleanest, and I'll judge.
And the fastest.
And the fastest. That's what I meant, sorry. And the fastest by next Friday. So we had a few competitors. We had Ozzy Broad, of course. She was there. Heather, friend from Vermont, was there. One of my Canadian students, Anders, he's pretty good. And then Susan from Canada as well. All decided to participate. And it was quite fun. It was interesting to see how people reacted. But we have the winning video. Do you want to announce it first? Or do you want to play it
shit!
first?
Yeah, we have the winning Scary Mary. Okay, hold on. I see the link. I realize now that you posted it when I wasn't paying attention.
I did. And so we have a winner who also went on to bother. This was all on Practice Channel, by the way, just because it's hard. East Coast is too late to have people playing pipes.
And do you want to announce who your winner was?
It was, of course, Ozzy Broad.
Ozzy Osbourne!
And it wasn't fixed. She actually did win.
Oh, she did really good.
She tied with somebody else, but she played it a little faster. So
faster.
She ended up winning. And then we also had a congeniality prize. We let the class vote on their favorite, and she won that as well.
I need to get Ozzy to start doing the table finger stretching, especially on that low hand stuff.
Yeah. She did all right considering it was on the pipe.
Why does nobody
give
give Ozzy shit? Her bass drum's behind her head. I'm getting posture shit all the fucking time.
behind her head?
It's like,
oh, I didn't even look at it, to be honest. She just passed phase 3, so they must like her
must
position.
have done something. Yeah,
But,
no, that sounded really good.
But I liked her recovery too. She made a little mistake, but didn't stop her.
No, she
Kept
didn't.
going.
She didn't have a brain fart. She made a mistake like a pro.
Right, exactly correct. Yeah, so that was cool too. So
good job.
Anyway, these are the kind of fun things we do at the dojo. It's not all just fucking tune of the week hammering you over the head with doubling exercises.
So, speaking of the dojo, you too can suck less at bagpipes.
I hope so.
By going to chanarant.com/suckless and getting your $1 1 month premium test drive. I'm pretty sure I got all the details right on that one.
Did you say $1 off?
No, I said $1 for 1 month.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
Or $1 30 day.
Yeah, exactly.
If you tried to do the $1 in February, you got cheated out of 2 days.
Correct.
And if you try to do it in May, guess what? May 31st, you fucked.
Exactly. But it's a great service, so definitely.
No, it's really good. Yeah, you should check it out.
Hey, I have an update.
What's up, bud?
I got a text message from Angel.
Tell him to go fuck himself.
He says this. It's genuinely. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say here. I'm genuinely not a flake. Come on, dude.
Says the person who would typically be picture in picture with us right now if he was genuinely not a flake.
Correct. But he says, I miss you and Josh. Ooh, I
miss him too. I talked to him recently on the phone. And I was like, oh, I miss my angel. I love my angel. And he was asking me, he's like, you do the dojo promos, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, so you've been doing Piper's Dojo? I was like, yeah, I love it. Because I was trying to get him to do it. Mm-hmm. I was like, you should do Piper's Dojo. And he's like, well, you get it, you get it for free because, you do the ads and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, I've signed up like 20 people. So yes, the cost benefit analysis of giving me access for free when it costs you nothing for me to have access versus all the people that I drive to the dojo.
Right.
You're damn right.
Like what, dude? It's $15 a month, Angel. Like,
yeah,
come on.
It costs less than getting lessons, and there's more shit.
Yeah, I don't know if Angel takes lessons. I thought he was taking them from Seamus, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm sure he'll let me know. But
yeah, it costs less than a couple hours with fucking Seamus or fucking Robert. Don't get me wrong; those guys are phenomenal teachers.
Yeah,
and when it comes to detailed work on like higher level solo shit, you need to hire an instructor for sure.
Go to the bagpipe coach or Ross Miller, 100%. Or any of these guys.
But if you're a fucking grade 4 pipe bander,
like,
the dojo will get you really fucking far.
Yeah, it will. You'll be better than all your friends.
You'll be better. You'll be better than all the friends in your fucking service,
which we'll get to. By the way, Angel says he will save us both of us if we were hanging off a cliff.
That's phenomenal news. as long as it's 30 minutes after he was supposed to save us.
Exactly. Like, just hang out. You got to have really strong grip because you're going to have to wait for Angel to show up.
Him saving us will be texting us saying, just pull yourself up. I'm busy. But that gets through episode. My fourth bullet point in the show notes, which is fuck Angel.
Oh yeah, we're moving around.
We already talked about Patreon. Check out the Discord, chanarant.com/Discord. That's super fun. We were talking about the store, Dirtbag Olympics Part 5.
Hold on. Apparently, we have to go to Discord now because people are revolting after last week's name change. Do you want to hit that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's talk about the mass revolt of nobody and nothing changing.
There's like one guy seriously revolt. Well, maybe two.
Yeah, the amount of people after all of the 6 Facebook group name changed. after last week's episode, and they're all like, "Oh well, we're fucking Viva la Revolution!" And strangely enough, same number of patrons, same number of followers on that group page, same number of people.
Well, we have one less because I banned somebody, but
posting fucking shitty memes like, "Oh my goodness, look at us up in arms."
Well, the James from Canada was very upset and did go on a tear, like just harassing everybody in the name of us just to piss us off or you off.
Okay, cool. Fucking ban him. Like,
well, but he did it on everybody else's page. It was very funny. I thought it was like, oh, he's really going for it here. But
dude needs a fucking hobby.
He has a hobby playing pipes. Maybe you should practice more. I don't know. But
dude, the amount of times I've said that to people, I'm like, maybe you should spend less time memeing and more time fucking playing your instrument.
Speaking of people that apparently have a lot of time to write emails, do you want to read that email?
Yeah. So I liked this one. This was an email that we received from a fan. I don't believe she has. I messaged her on Facebook and talked to her a bit after I got this because I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" So Sue says, "Josh, poorly done, dude. The hashtag #AllThe6 Facebook page was spot on brand for Chanarant, as well as an opportunity for your fans to enjoy a fucked up and tightly knit community with your podcast and piping in common. If we wanted to be part of another piping page, there are a million of them out there. If we wanted to be part of a disgusting meme page, there are plenty of those out there too. Also, how the fuck was it not already a disgusting meme page?"
It really was.
We wanted to be a part of a Chanarant specific group on Facebook. Bottom line, your trial was poorly handled, as you knew before it started that your intent was to turn the page into something other than what your fans made it. I'll get back to that here in a fucking minute. That was dishonest, and as you've pointed out repeatedly, you stand behind your words. That was not done here. If you wanted to disassociate the Chanarant brand from your listeners' comments on Girly Piper Drek videos, all you had to do was ask us not to use your hashtag. I and the others commenting on those hideous videos commented under our own names, and I can guarantee I used no hashtags. There was zero association with the Chanarant brand in my posts, and it would have been a simple matter to ask the others involved not to use your hashtag. And since Wynn is posting a video of Cameron Drummond shredding in front of an almost empty recital hall trolling anyway, at the very least, maybe some of Chelsea the Piper's 40,000 followers got a chance to hear what real piping sounds like. The content creator/fan relationship has to work both ways. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one of your fans who feels more than a little dissed. Still, hashtag one of the sticks, hashtag FU Joe Brady, not a pseudonym, Sue.
She's not afraid. I don't know if you saw any of her comments to Chelsea the Piper, but she was...
Oh, yeah, no, that's perfectly fucking fine. That has nothing to do with the problem of the fucking Facebook group.
What I loved is when people came to Chelsea's defense against Sue, like whatever. It was so much. It was
the other
so funny,
thing,
and Sue just did not care. She
no,
just
dude,
kept going
because
back
the
after
thing
him.
you're going to run into in those, well, one, fighting in the fucking comments section on Facebook is such a waste of time and energy. Because, like, what do you think? You think you're going to fucking change someone's mind?
Is that
you're gonna have?
They're
You're
not
gonna have,
trying to.
You're gonna have
just
7,000 people who don't know anything about piping, but like watching Chelsea dance around and fucking fiddly fuck her way through a horrible rendition of a tune. For every 2 people who actually play pipes in that group, right? Like,
yeah.
So,
well, I don't think that's their intent. I mean, I don't know what Sue's intent was, other than they were having fun fighting with people.
But I do want to talk about this, responsibility to this community created by the fucking fans, which is non-existent, by the way. The fucking fans did not create the community. We created the community. The fans populated an area that we made. If I build a fucking house and a bunch of people move into it, I still built the fucking house.
I mean, I don't know if that... in my opinion, that analogy doesn't...
Are these content creators? Are these people who are,
I don't think that's the question, though. It's not about content creation. It's about community creation. And not... Oh, and you created the page... or Chanarant did or whatever, but they made it what it was, and that's what she's saying.
Yeah, and it's changed.
It's not us, because we did almost nothing with it.
It's changed drastically
in the beginning. We almost didn't do anything with it. It existed, and then they went nuts.
I didn't do anything except regret making it.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like we created it just to have an internal group for people that say stupid shit. And that's exactly what.
Well, because originally the intent was it was going to be like our guests that were coming on.
Well, no, we had a guest page, and then you changed it because that wasn't. Nobody was using.
Nobody was doing anything.
Nobody was doing anything with it because it's like people, respectable people like Joe Brady, who really doesn't have that much to say unless we, puppet for him.
Should we get a Joe Brady puppet?
We need a Joe Brady puppet. Absolutely.
Oh,
How do we do that?
Oh.
I will spend all our Patreon money on that.
Kelly's already probably making it as we speak.
Oh, thank God, I need that. Oh, Joe,
But
you're
yeah,
so
I
fucked,
mean,
bro.
and like I don't want to diss the fans because I love the fans. But and I had a conversation with this person outside of this because I got this email. I was like, "What the fuck are you blowing me up for, motherfucker?" Like,
Because you said it.
yeah, I was like, "You blowing me up for what? Doing what I want to with a fucking brand and thing that I do everything like I fucking control. Like what?" It's like, look at this. I was like, look at this way.
You do say you're honest and stand by your word.
I fucking, oh yeah, and guess what?
You didn't. she said it.
Guess what? I did what fucking needed to be done. But the thing for
Well.
me is, and the conversation, I was like, think about this. Think about your fucking Lord and Savior, Andy Fusco, who has the exact same admin privileges to all of this shit that I do.
Yeah.
Didn't fucking stop me. Didn't change it back.
I don't.
Deep down, this had to happen.
I do have. I don't even know if I have that cover. I could have. We could actually. That would have been funny if we just kept
Going back and forth.
I was too upset at the time to bother to even care.
Well, you were still dealing with hard-earned sobriety, so.
Well, yeah, that too, I suppose.
But it's like it's one of those things. I'm like, dude, don't get me wrong. And we went on in this conversation back and forth, and I do appreciate her taking the time to talk to me outside of all this.
Sure.
Because I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? What the fuck you think? You think I don't know what I'm doing? Like, come on. She's like, well, I just think that blah 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 blah. I was like, all right, but where is the page? Where is the show? Where is all the stuff now? It's pretty good. We're up here, right? We're doing okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not too worried about us. Just fucking trust me. If I got us fucking halfway there, I can get us the next half. You just gotta have a little fucking faith.
You're completely off the fucking reservation now because you're not. That has nothing to do with anything. One, we've never told them what that destination is. So and I don't know what you're talking about right now. Like, what is halfway there to where?
Always. Well, we're never gonna get all the way there because it's
what,
always bigger, right?
What are they gonna trust you because they don't know the goal?
Right?
The
goal is bigger than it was yesterday.
Bigger meaning more numbers.
More numbers. That's how I measure things, is with numbers.
So, did the numbers go up in dirty, filthy, whatever it's called now?
No, but nothing went down.
Right. So you said last week it's going up. Watch, people.
Well, yeah. Did you expect it to go up in 7 days?
Wouldn't you see something?
No. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Like, I'm just making a point.
It took us 2 years of dick jokes to get to where we are.
That's only existed for what? 3 months, maybe? 6
Yeah.
months, maybe? Something like that?
Waste of time.
Well, I guess it depends.
But I do appreciate people caring enough to be incredibly incensed about the name of a Facebook group changing. That shows that people give a shit.
Yeah. And I love the meme that was posted with Josh teabagging
all of the six group.
Yeah, that was a good one. I forget who posted Eric.
It was probably because it was a clown. It was a clown teabagging, so it was probably Eric.
Yeah, that's a good point. But that was classic.
Speaking of getting into trouble on Facebook, Fusco, do you need to take a break before we get into this topic, or can we scoot through because I got a hard out?
What time is your hard out?
I don't know, 1:30 at the very fucking latest.
Okay, so we did the story ad. We did Dirtbag Olympics. Did you mention that yet?
Yeah. So Dirtbag Olympics Part 5 coming soon. We just gotta because Megan was even asking me last night. She's like, "When are you gonna do Dirtbag Olympics Part 5?" And I was like, "We gotta collect enough shit."
Yeah,
and then we go through the process because I personally prefer it when it's our friends reading it.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely more funny that way.
And they can just send us the recordings of them reading because that fucking cracks me up every time. Right. And why do all of this if not to make myself laugh?
Right. That's really the point of all this.
So once we get enough stories, and we're gonna need at least a half dozen.
Yeah.
Then we'll go through the process of getting people to read them.
I would say we need like a good 10 to get them down to 6 that are actually good.
Well, yeah, because we usually get a lot of crap.
Yeah, we do get some like people that miss the mark on like how like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I understand. I
was
understand that this is
17 and drank a beer at a fucking game.
Like, I understand that this is your funny story, but it's not. It's not funny enough.
Like, go back and listen to the other Dirtbag Olympics, and then
that'll give you a nice kind of barometer for how fucked up the things have to be.
Like, were you doing cocaine off a tenor drummer's ass? Like, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about here, people. Like, and you will not be named, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Unless you want to, you will not be named. And there's the form at chanarant.com/dirtbag that you can do completely anonymous.
Yeah, we cannot. I'm not smart enough to trace your IP address, so
I don't care enough.
I don't care enough to even go through the process.
I don't care enough to do I don't care enough to figure out where the story came from, as long as the story is good.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Exactly. So get them in, man. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure you guys have got stories.
And I can imagine that it'll be a little harder because there's no season for 2 years.
Right, but the people that have been doing this for their whole lives.
Yeah. Once we get back out there in 2022, we'll make some Dirtbag Olympic stories of our own. Don't worry.
Listen, people, I want to know when that bagpipe school instructor diddled you when you were too young. I want to know these stories. Let's and I promise we won't name anybody.
When do they ever
even if it was a dream?
When do they ever diddle the young ones?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be offensive here. I'm sure it's happened. It had to have happened. Somebody must have like hooked up with a girl who was right on the edge of a little too young or something. It had to have happened. Or guy. I don't know. I mean, let's not be sexist here.
Guys can get diddled too, Sco.
I know. Trust me, I know. I was Catholic.
All right.
I would say before we hit.
We can do some fails and wins and tries.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Do you need to hit the head?
No, I'm good.
You're golden. All right, sweet. So let's start with some fails. Oh shit. All right. I think I can actually get these. I think I can get this on the screen. It may be weirdly cropped.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
we're lucky they get that much. So the fail was the St. Patrick's Day sent in to us related to St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, this is going to be strangely cropped, but you'll still be able to hear it. Actually, no, I'm just going to play the audio. Fuck it. The audio is all that matters.
No, well, hold on. Show them just this picture.
Okay.
Because what did you say? There's something that's very funny about this.
So they're not going to be able to hear us while I'm showing this, so I got to switch this back.
But you can see the picture real quick, or before he hits play.
It's hard to see, and I'm sorry, it's like cropped weird. There's nothing I can do about that right now.
Yeah,
but basically, the first thing when Fusco sent this to me that I said was, "Oh, I can tell it's going to be shit because of their uniforms."
Just by looking at them, yeah.
So we got like 4 or 5 guys in like sort of different variations of like a military one dress uniform in front of a fire truck.
Half number. It's like a number 1.5. I don't know what it is, but
like
they've got the military sweaters.
Yeah, some guys have doublets.
Yeah, some guys have
Some guys just have sweaters. Also, the horsehair sporns and spats.
Yep.
Tell me a lot about how good this is going to sound.
Yeah, and the fact that they're probably an Irish band, which you can tell by either their hats, the green kilts.
It's a lot of green. They're in front of a fire truck. I sincerely hope for the people that are in that area that these guys are not firefighters because they aren't carrying anyone out of anything with any haste.
That is true.
None
of these guys are in shape.
I don't think they make bunker gear that could fit these fucks.
Oh, we're gonna get so many messages on this one.
So now let's listen to the music.
This could be the worst tune of all time. Have big balls the way they're standing.
I will say this, the videography is on point.
least they're trying. The video, I mean. You know, and the unfortunate thing is you can go to any fire department in the country and you can hear this tune, unfortunately. Is there pipe bands in the are there any bands in the world more dressed up to do less than like an Irish American?
Well, I like where I've
band.
paused here. We can see the doublet is like coming off.
Yeah, that too. Oh,
and everyone knows that you have the full doublet and jacket with belt, obviously.
right. I mean,
I will say this:
the goal is to wear as much as possible.
I will say this: the fucking snare drummer's not bad.
Yeah,
He's not great, but he's not bad. At least he looks like the only person that saw that instrument before this day.
I did not actually see him. Did you see him? I didn't catch him.
Like I could hear him.
Yeah, no, he sounded.
Yeah, and
okay.
I'm like, oh, like that's a it's like a snare drummer. That's what a fucking snare drummer sounds like.
It's okay, I guess.
The Blood and Thunder tenor/bass combo, I think it's super fun because everyone knows that with both a tenor drum and a bass drum, all you want to do is go do a complete perpendicular hit to the head of the drum, and that's definitely how you get the best sound.
Well, at least again, as an Irish band, they which they look like to me.
So this is an Emerald Society
at
band.
least
So yeah,
they learned from the Blood and Thunder bands of Northern Ireland to do this, hit it as hard as you can style of drumming. So at least they're bringing it back from the old world.
somewhere there's a guy on the deck gun of that fire truck, just waiting to spray them.
Oh, that would be amazing. At the end.
But yeah, this is pretty bad. Luckily, it was shared all around the world. Thank goodness. It's at
this was on the Dan Patrick show.
It's at
this
282 likes right now.
This is how we noticed it, because somebody shared it because it was on the Dan Patrick show. It's just a sports show on ESPN or something like that on St. Patrick's Day this year. Like, oh, this is awesome that this is what gets out there.
Yeah. We're real glad that this and fucking sea shanties with fake bagpipes, that's what propagates the internet. Good job, everyone.
I'm not going to get angry.
Yes, you are. Do you want me to go to the win?
Go to the, the try is my favorite, but the win is...
The win's pretty good, and the try, I'm going to have to try to get the video to work, but you know what? I could probably transition this. So the win... And we won't play the whole thing because it's fucking horribly long. And I've already watched it.
Yeah, I actually haven't watched it. I caught the beginning of it, but that's it.
So this is the SFU Pipe Band putting out an arrangement of Elliot Finn with like multiple instruments, not just bagpipes. All right, I'm skipping ahead.
Yeah, where are the pipes? That's...
See fucking Shamebone in his lair?
Oh, it is. I didn't even notice that. There he is, Seamus, top right.
Yep. Well fucking done, guys.
It's a cooler tune than I expected.
Yeah, right. I thought that turned out pretty good.
And you gotta love to see the old Shamebone in there.
Anytime you see the old Shamebone,
who lives out of a garage in Claremont, California, somewhere.
in his bat cave.
Yep. I love Seamus. I don't know if you follow his Facebooks or SoundClouds or anything, but he posts every once in a while. He's still on SoundCloud as user number 7439432. Like, Seamus, put your name on it, brother.
Maybe he's
Marketing
intentionally being fake.
Playing's amazing, so I can't imagine why you'd want to do that, but okay.
But I mean, also in that clip, I'm pretty sure I spotted a fucking analog tape recorder.
That's in Seamus's garage. I don't know what he uses it for, but I can't imagine he uses it for anything.
I just know that it's running. It may just be an aesthetic.
Was it moving?
Piece.
I've always seen it behind him in his garage.
It was definitely moving. He may still. I would not put it past Shamebone to record the tape.
I wouldn't either. I would not at all either. Put that past him because that's what he knows how to use, and so be it.
All right, so this next one I'm going to try to get into the view because the visual is worth it, in my opinion.
It makes it kind of, yeah, because otherwise you're just listening. You're like, why is this not the fail?
So this is the try of the week, and these are two guys who, while the playing is absolute shit, I guess they're in an airsoft tournament.
Yeah.
And so they're charging over the hill in their airsoft tournament. So I'll transition, and then I'll play the clip.
They're going over the hill! Follow the van!
All right. So to the crew that's watching the live stream, I don't think the audio came through, but you saw the video, so I'm going to play the audio now.
They're going over the hill! Follow the van!
Why is there not video of these two people getting shot first? Like,
dude, right? Like that'd be the first person I would just light up.
Like, wouldn't the airsoft guys be shooting for her bag? Like, please stop it.
Yeah, rallying. That's the try of the week: is rallying the airsoft troops with a rousing and horrific rendition of Scotland the Brave.
It's awful, but it also made me laugh. And
Fusco, how much would it cost to have you be an airsoft piper at one of these events where, like, we'll put iPro on you, but you have to, like, lead the band over?
What is iPro?
Eye protection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can get shot in the eyeball.
$500.
Like if I go to your website and I submit a request and I'm like, here's me and my airsoft team are doing a 100 versus 100 in fucking Palm Springs. I need a bagpiper to charge us over the hill.
Oh, God, there's no way. you get hit a million times,
dude. You would
right
be
away.
Obliterated.
Like, could I wear like a full mask and?
How are you gonna play?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, how are you gonna play with a full face mask?
No.
Like you talking about like a paintball mask?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. How you gonna play, bud?
How does Darth Vader on unicycle play?
He doesn't. That's
well.
He doesn't fucking play.
That's a good point. No, I don't think I'd do it because they would absolutely be aiming for the Piper. There's no doubt. Like, just for the fun of it.
You would get killed.
Like, if they put us off limits, but there's always that dickhead that's like, oh,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oops. You know.
Like imagine if it was like you or me. We'd be like, fucking. Look at this asshole.
I'd take your old pipes in there, maybe.
Oh yeah, we'll just leave them.
Wouldn't take my pipe. Yeah, just throw them down and run away. But yeah, no, that's
when you need to borrow the flame throwing shit pipes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can use them as a weapon.
You know what I would do? This is actually a good idea. If somebody asked me to do this, I would call up or message Ryan immediately and be like, "Hey man, I really want to share some business with you. I'm not able to keep up anymore, and I know you really need the work. So here you go." And I would definitely let them know this guy is down to be shot.
Yep,
absolutely, Ryan. If that comes up, that's yours, brother.
And don't worry, they're not going to shoot you. You can leave your iPro at home.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there's our win, fail, and try of the week.
I like it. We're back on form.
We're back on form somewhat. Well, there's not been a lot going on, so we can't always do win, trail, fine.
Yeah,
win, fail, try.
Right. There's nothing. Very little.
No, dude.
Maybe next year.
Even less now, because surprisingly, everything's fucking canceled. No shit, dude.
Again, except for fall. I mean, we don't know yet.
Yeah, stuff in the States. I think as early as the summer, honestly.
And obviously, Australia is actually having games and stuff. But I mean,
we'll probably we could probably go to fucking Flagstaff. Well, I think they're doing virtual. this year. But
you're talking about the school? Their school is definitely virtual. I don't know about the games.
the games, I think, is virtual too. But like, there's gonna be shit in June.
I wonder if like I think it's Stone Mountain, the one that's in October. I always get the two mountains mixed up, but I think it's that one. Maybe
I really wanted to go to that one, and it's the same weekend that I'm doing the athletics thing here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows if it's actually happening? But they're saying
I would assume so.
Yeah. There's supposed to be one in May in like
Fucking
Colorado.
It's fucking Stone Mountain. They're still pretty sure COVID's fake.
It is the South after all. We're not gonna. Oh, I've got some interesting news, but I can't talk about it. I'll tell you about it after.
This episode of the Chanarant Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA. Speaking of Facebook trolls and why you should not engage with them.
So this is technically our topic. We're switching in a topic.
Yeah, it's kind of it's gonna be a short one. It's a short topic, but it's funny.
It's very funny. So
how do you want to begin this story? Because this begins with the double tone, correct?
yeah, it starts with the double tone,
Which we
love.
Yeah, if you don't follow the double tone, they're fucking hilarious, and I don't know who they are, but goddamn, are they funny?
Don't know who they are. I don't want to know. I've messaged them
We have
because I told them about this,
plausible deniability.
but I'm like, I don't know who you are. He, she, whoever you. I don't know.
I don't know who you are, but keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing it. Yeah. So they should we. I didn't even think to bring that up, but they posted. Hold on. Double Tone posted a normal little post that they do, just sort of making
one
fun
of their
somebody.
one of their little graphics and stuff, making fun of people.
It was a meme, and it was basically saying it was that meme of the guy looking back at the hotter girl meme, you know, and the guy is the PBBSO, which is on the Ontario Piping Association, looking at this summer blast that they're doing, which is essentially a summer school. I went to their website to see what it was. It's just a summer school, and the other person that he's looking away from says something like, any other initiative that would make us viable again, or something like that, right? So
any kind of support for pipe bands
for
whatsoever.
anything else that could actually be useful for people instead of
anything that doesn't just line pockets.
Right. So exactly. So now, depending on what side of this group you're on, I suppose you could take offense to that. But so myself and another one of the six, who I don't know if I won't mention him just because he seems to be a little nervous about all this. Clicked the haha emoji on this. We saw it like pretty quickly.
So not even a comment.
No, I didn't. I just haha. That's funny because I like it. There was nothing to say about it. There's nothing to say about it.
It's fucking funny.
It's just funny. Like, and I don't know anything about the PBBSO other than I know they exist. Other than that, I have not a fucking clue.
Other than the fact that they paid someone to do their summer school logo on Fiverr, that's the only thing I can tell.
Well, hey, at least they're putting money in the right places, which is the pockets of the people that teach and run these organizations, which is of course what the RSPBA does.
Yeah, purpose of the organization exists.
So the little people like us who don't care if you're somebody, find these things interesting. But anyway, I got a Facebook message pretty quickly after.
Because there was a comment as well. Was the comment before or after you got the message? Do you know?
I believe it was after.
Okay, so let's start with the message.
I'm pretty sure it was after. Yes, and I'll tell you the order of how this went. So I got this message. It said, and it was from Bob Worrell, and it says, Andrew, that post is not funny at all. For those of us working hard to make the virtual Summer Blast School happen, this is a slap in the face to us and the entire PPBSO. Beyond that, it reeks of misogyny. The address in Dunkfield, so he went to the Double Tone and looked up who they were. And it says, the address in Dunkfield appears to be a phony address for the person responsible for the site. Next door to the Dunkeld address is what was the home of one of Canada's first prime ministers. The site administrator obviously is doing whatever she can do to bring discredit to the hardworking PPBSO members and their initiatives.
So what you're saying is Bob Worrell has admitted that the double tone hurt his PP.
Apparently, yes.
And his BSO.
Correct. So we'll get into the details of this in a sec. But so I wrote back, Bob, have you read any of their other posts? He wrote back, yes. And I said, I don't know who they are.
Do you know what a meme is?
He definitely apparently doesn't. But I wrote back, I said, I don't know who they are, but they aren't malicious. Just taking the piss.
Yeah.
I wouldn't overthink it, my friend. Besides, everyone knows the Ontario scene is great. He wrote back, trust me, that post is malicious. We have a good idea who might be responsible and 100% malicious. And then I never wrote back to him after that.
So have you given him the opportunity to discredit this post live on next week's episode of the Chanarant podcast?
I haven't, but I could. I don't think he would do it because knowing how sensitive it is, once he looks into us and realizes what we are, he would never do it. I don't think. I'll offer it if you want to. But I just left it alone after that. So here's what happens next. I message Double Tone and say, hey, I didn't even know what he was referring to. I had to go look at what was going on to see that Bob had written on their post and stuff. So I let the Double Tone know, hey, he messaged me, what's going on? Like, he's like, oh, we're drafting up a response.
What's the beef?
So then they posted their response, which is great. Pull that up if you will.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw this. I saw this today.
So there's a couple things here. One, the misogyny he's referring to, I think he's referring to the meme.
Yeah.
It's like, has he never seen... This is
does he not realize that's like a 20-year-old meme?
It's like top 5 meme ever used ever, right? Like, are you not aware of this meme? Like, and that's what you're calling out because, like, he must think that these guys made this picture, right?
Yes.
So
they made this stock photo from 1998.
Like the classic boomer misunderstanding of this is funny. Now,
I also love the signature on the comment.
Go ahead.
So he's because Mr. Worrell, who I hope will come on and talk to us about this. He says, whoever you are, let me state that I, along with the committee members and instructors making the Summer Blast virtual school happen, find this post highly offensive on so many levels. Bob Worrell, Director, Summer Blast 2021. Like, mate, you're on Facebook. I can see your name already. You don't have to sign a comment.
Right. I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point.
And here's the response from the Double Tone. Bob and the rest. Let's start this by saying that after reading what's written below, if you want us to take the post down, we will. But, so that it's said, what we post is done purely tongue-in-cheek. Satire is a fine line between having a laugh and causing some bother. The idea behind this post was submitted to us by someone that we don't know. From outside looking in, we could see our viewer's point. The PPBSO seems to have a lot of money to dedicate to a summer camp, and according to the submission, doesn't seem to be focused on other support during this very strange time for pipe bands. To be honest, the camp does look pretty rad, but that's how I know it's not a Canadian. But this calls attention to the rest of society. Why doesn't it look so nice and shiny too? Everyone's gotten a chance to sample each other's organizations after a summer of online offerings, and how does the PPBSO fare against what's happening in the USA or overseas? Just as the organizations get to make the rules, the members get to question them. A lot of the pipe, I really like that point, by the way.
Which one?
Just as the organizations get to make the rules, the members get to question them.
Correct. That is such an important point.
A lot of the pipers and drummers we talk to have stories about how many games there used to be in Ontario, or about getting nipped by the PPBSO and being disqualified for a Highland dress issue, or having to hassle for travel money. We're just doing our best to give a hot take on those real thoughts and feelings that the average piper and drummer might have. We've all had a chuckle at the expense of an institution, and while it may feel different being on the inside, it's still a healthy part of the communication process. If you scroll our posts, hopefully you'll find a chuckle or familiar thought and see that we're just going for a laugh and a sense of community. And Bob, if you two have anything you'd like to use to put in our tongue-in-cheek news, please feel free to pass it along.
They are barking up the wrong tree, apparently. There is one that was a wonderful message. Like, there's two things in there that stand out. The one you mentioned, and then just the part about this is a part of the communication process. So if you've ever been in politics, like the skin you have to be a politician, which I don't understand how these guys do it, where they're just constantly hammered on by the population, like in America or U.S.
Not even just politics. Like anytime you're doing a thing and you're the one doing it, like don't get me wrong.
Well, the CEO of a company is not getting talked to by their employees, but the constituents of the government are absolutely getting hammered.
Like we have that with our fucking nonprofit organizations, both of the fucking band and like the games, where it's like
nonprofits for sure.
Like the amount of shit you have to put up with, and people who like just have no respect for the work you're putting in.
Right.
But that comes with the job.
Correct. Yeah. But this is the thing that he's missing. Like obviously, like I've seen the board of this group, and I would like to like reach out to all of them just to see like what the reactions are. Yeah. Some of them probably whatever.
Just don't give a fuck. Yeah,
like hey, that's funny. Whatever.
Yeah, it's good.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, but the other thing I don't understand. So there's definitely a difference in like senses of humor, whatever the fucking correct plural is.
I believe senses of humor, because I think sense of humors would involve like sketchy tonics. Isn't humors like?
It could be, yeah,
like medieval poison.
That's a good point. But obviously, Canada, the U.S., the U.K., and Australia, there's definitely similarities, but a lot of variances in senses of humor, obviously, and as it pertains to ball busting, if you will. U.K. and Australia are champions at it for the most part.
U.S. is super sensitive.
Yeah, U.S. for
I
the
would
most
say
part
they're
is
the
sensitive.
most sensitive,
even more than Canada.
I would say U.S. is more sensitive than Canada.
I'm not so sure about that.
Dude,
it's close though.
The amount of meetings
close enough
I've
not
sat
to
in
care.
on, and like, because like I get these invites like association meetings lately from, I guess, just from me shit talking associations so much.
Yeah,
like not even just our local. Like I've had like the local branch.
The Southern
I've
one?
had the like national. I've had the freaking Eastern. And like, and I just like sit in and like, dude, as soon as my fucking face pops up in that Zoom, people are like, ah, shit, like this fucking guy. I'm like, no, like, yeah, I genuinely want you to do better. I'm gonna fuck with you. But that just means I like you. Like,
right. Well, you can only get away with that for so long.
Yeah.
Like that's like, kind of true.
It's like, I'm gonna pull your hair, but only because I think you're cute.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
If I didn't think you were cute, I would just not associate with you whatsoever.
I would probably throw dog feces at you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I don't know. But okay.
But it's like, dude, like, you know, trust me. I'm not saying that there's no place. I just think that, you know, the long and this kind of gets back into Bob thinking that people are not like appreciating the hard work that goes into this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, but like saying that your job is hard only dismisses a shitty job for so long.
And the people that are paying for this don't give a fuck.
Like pouring concrete is a hard fucking job.
Yeah.
But if you do a shitty job at it, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, it's still on you.
Yeah, like, that's on you, right? Like,
yeah, like maybe this is the greatest summer school of all time. I have no
answering a few emails and like maintaining a spreadsheet and fucking putting a kilt on day of, like that. It's not fucking hard, right?
Yeah. And there's no way these guys are doing it for free. But if they are, and we're wrong about
then
this,
fucking
free,
yeah, kudos to them if they are.
Then we're talking a different story. But I'm sure that's not the case.
But I mean, we even have
So,
that. Like
guess
we've
what?
had that with our orgs where it's like, oh well, you know, I'm just a volunteer. I'm like, yeah, but like a lot of people are volunteers and they're good at their job.
Correct.
So,
Yeah,
so,
you could
like,
still take pride. I mean, okay,
like,
these guys obviously are doing their job.
You can't use I'm a volunteer as an excuse for doing a shitty job.
Well,
you know what happens to volunteers in my organization that do a shitty job? They get fucking fired. I'm like,
but we're not talking about that.
Just buy a ticket. Like,
I imagine it's going to be good. That's not really the point, is it? It's
it looks dope. Like, well, and they said that
they have some good teachers. They have a lot
rad.
of typical, but it's not any different than anybody else's. I mean, there's a million summer schools that are doing this online.
It's a fucking pipe school.
Yeah, like it's okay. So
you put a lot of work into paying $15 for a fucking pro Zoom membership instead of a fucking.
And the website is
free
nothing
Zoom membership.
But even, okay, they're not putting money into this. Like, who cares? They put the pictures up of the instructors and they basically tell you what you're going to learn. Like every other pipe school. That's not really the point. Like, it's just funny that like a pipe school is not the initiative. I mean, who even knows if the Pipers of Ontario are asking for the PPBSO to be viable again? Like, I don't even know. But it's just a funny half thrown comment.
Well, yeah, and I think like a pipe school, right, is a very common tool used by associations to get out of doing real work.
I don't know if I'd say that. It's to promote piping.
It's like,
the
hey,
improvement of piping.
Hey, I've got fucking Bruce on Zoom. That'll be $20, please.
Bruce, any Bruce?
I'm assuming Hitchings. I don't know a lot of Bruces that play bagpipes. I only know Bruce Hitchings.
Well, there's Bruce Gandy, I suppose.
Fucking okay. So for Bruce Gandy, that'll be $40.
Well, yeah,
that'll be $40, please.
probably 60 and 40 more likely, but either way. But
That's
here's
one
the
of
other
those
thing.
things, right? It's like okay, so what provides more value to bands inside of your organization? You charging them more money to maintain their membership, and also on top of that membership, here's a pipe school that you pay for.
That the people are paying for, yeah. It's not like it's free.
Or you could be like, hey, we're going to do an online contest. Entry is free because there's no cost.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's probably other things that could be creative. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the solution, but that's not really the point. The other thing that gets me about this is like, why did Bob, and there might be others, why did he message me and this other person? There's at least two that I know of, myself and this other guy, and there could be others that I'm not aware of. Like, that comes across to me, and this is going to sound funny, but like, are you trying to bully me into changing my opinion on this being or whatever? Like,
what did you think was going to
like, what is he thinking here?
I have an
contacting me?
assumption.
I'm all ears because I'm like, what are you trying to
My
accomplish?
assumption is that he thinks you are associated with this page.
I can't imagine. Because why would I like my own? I suppose I might. But
Finish that statement.
Would
Would you like your
post?
own post? Yes. 100%.
I generally don't do that though.
Fusco,
I mean, not that he knows that, of
Fusco,
course.
I can only imagine that you jerk off in front of the mirror. So yes, I think you would like your own post.
I definitely don't do that kind of stuff. I mean, I used to, but
You put the lipstick on.
what-
You're like, would you fuck me?
I don't think he thinks he doesn't know me from a hole in the wall. I've contacted him one other time, and he wouldn't even know who I was. So, but is he going to go on a crusade across the internet where he's going to message everybody on Facebook that liked, commented, or said something on this post?
Well, I don't know. I'm about to find out because
Yeah.
I'm going to go like and comment on the post.
How many people have?
I want to be fucking friends with, dude. The Double Tone. You need to send us a check for the fucking publicity we're giving you right now.
I think, and I wonder if this is why Bob's twisted about this. Is I think that it's possible. I have a theory. The Double Tone. Hold on.
There are me, you, and 5 others that have liked this post.
That's it?
That's the only people.
Is our friend one of them? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know any of these people.
Okay.
Oh,
then-
yes, one of these people I know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wonder if I think that,
It's fucking 6 people.
in my opinion, Double Tone very well could be what used to be Evil Bob World.
God, I hope so.
Because the tone of what they write is very similar to me. It's a little less aggressive. Evil Bob World's a little snarkier.
They had shots fired pretty early on.
Correct. But the rumor is that Bob World had Evil Bob World taken down somehow,
100%.
threatened to sue something
yeah.
or other. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's the same thing, but maybe that's why.
I'm just gonna
it's the same
assume it's
people.
all. I'm assuming it's all Joe Brady.
It's definitely not. It's way too clever for Joe Brady.
The Photoshop's too good to be Joe Brady.
Yeah, but what I like about the Double Tone is they're so consistent in their like branding, like the way they put things together,
dude, it's super funny.
which is great.
Yeah,
like even just the photoshopping, the style at which it is.
I mean,
really
I don't
good.
know. I don't know what you guys. I don't know what their intention was, but I wish they would have come to us first and just joined the team.
Well, yeah, but we aren't team players, obviously. Drab's got a whole team. We've got nothing.
We got us.
We got us and Ozzy Brown on occasion. An Angel. Well, no, we don't have Angel. Sorry.
Lucy, the social media intern.
Exactly. But anyway, I just find it funny that Bob went on a crusade to scold me into not thinking this is funny, which it's still fucking funny. These guys are funny.
Yeah, like you being upset doesn't make it any less funny.
But it's also like Rab's in the comments. I don't know. I can't judge his tone, but I remember when it first happened when Double Tone posted about Rab, and he wasn't exactly happy about it from what I remember. And his tone in the chat, I'm not exactly sure if he's still kind of like he's kind of down on him. But I don't know. I thought it was great, and to be to be satirized means you're somebody.
doing something.
You're doing something. Like, why is that a bad thing? I don't know.
Well,
And it's
like,
not
we
like
had
he's
that-
saying, Rab, you fat cunt or something. Like, he's just, you ask cheese questions. Like it's funny. Like, he's just
Yeah.
commenting on that.
If you think
I
the
don't know,
cheese
it's funny.
thing's not going to be a bit, then
Yeah, like, guess
do you-
what?
Yeah, what do you think, dude? The thing that dude, I put you naked, fucking half naked in a t-shirt on a piece of merch. Like, if that doesn't offend Rab more than anything else, I don't know what possibly could.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And the first variation of that shirt that he shot down, because I was kind enough to like, hey, like, I'm gonna put this on the store. Are you cool?
'Cause
Was the
it didn't
one
have
with
the blur
it had the
out.
giant black bar covering up like a huge cock.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been really good. But I don't know. Like, I just don't. It's not that big a deal. Like I can't. But what I wonder is, I would be really sad if Double Tone bent to these guys. and took it down.
No. You have to, dude. Look
Because
at
it's
us.
satire. Like that's literature all across time.
Yeah, and,
Like,
and
what are
like,
we doing here?
Look at us. Look at us as a case study, right? Like how fucking dangerous was this in the early days, and we just didn't back down. And now it's like just accepted. It's just like, oh, heck, this is just the Channery guy. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's become normal for us. I
Like
guess.
we changed their norm to accommodate.
So are you saying we're responsible for the general uprising of the
Yes.
lower class of pipers?
Yes, 100%. But also, it's not even that, right? Like we changed the norm of a lot of these groups that threatened us fucking heavily early on, and we just didn't back down. We're like, no, fuck you. Like, come at me, bro.
Well, yeah, of course.
And now what's
Well-
happening? Now I'm getting invited to fucking Zoom calls about how can we better the association.
Well, okay. Well, we did sort of back down. You backed down to Buggy and to.
I did not back down to Buggy. I apologize for fucking up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't agree with that we were right about that?
I didn't think we were. No, once I heard more about it, once I realized it was the fucking guy that was shit-faced and didn't show up that caused
You
a
knew
lot
all
of the
that
problems.
before we went on
I didn't
our
know
rant.
any of
yes,
that.
you did. Because I told the story. I told you how it happened. You knew all that. Don't tell me you didn't know.
Dude, I didn't know.
Don't
any
tell
of
me
that.
you didn't know.
We can
'Cause
go back. We can go back to the fucking episode.
Go back and listen to it again. Because
Yeah.
I told the whole story. That's why it happened. That's
But
of
I was,
course.
but like, yeah, like I talked to Buggy and I was like, fuck, like I feel like I might. I'm, if you run into, if everyone you run into is an asshole, you may be the asshole. And I was like, well, shit, I think I might be the fucking asshole here.
No, you apologized for doing it on the air and firing him on the air. That's what you apologized for. Not
him being a cunt. Yeah. But I
which
also
we still agree.
but I also didn't call him the cunt.
No, I did. But I think I did.
You did.
But he was acting like a C word. But either way, that's not the point being.
I would say that it's been very rare that I've backed down because I'm usually just admit when I'm wrong.
Correct. Yeah, that's fine too.
And in that situation, yeah, I was like, yeah, I didn't handle this well.
Yeah, but I can't imagine. I wouldn't certainly not take credit for this by any means. But it's interesting the timing of it. But the fact that Double Tone made this comment, if you will, it's a commentary on pipe band life,
a
if you will.
fucking
This stuff
meme.
has been, but it's still commentary. It's social
Yeah.
commentary. The RSPBA stuff that like Rab talks about and that everybody's all fired up over the last year or two, that's been kind of boiling and boiling and
building, yeah.
like this is just another offshoot of that. Like, okay, like our association people aren't happy with associations. Guess what? It's not going away. Like you could be, if you're one of those guys at the top, you're going to have to start answering.
Well, and the way
good luck.
The way to make this go away isn't to tell people they shouldn't talk about it. Like,
And this is what they want. They
'cause
don't,
we've-
but
'cause
this is
we've
what
had
the old
this-
guard wants. They don't
We've
want
had
you
this
talking about it.
conversation before on the show where it's like, as soon as you get, like, if we get something wrong, right? If we say so and so is bad because of blah 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 blah, and we get it totally wrong, that person won't say shit. It's only when we're very close to the truth that people start complaining. So if I say that you like to fuck Krispy Kreme donuts,
Hey
and-
man, you can't say shit like that.
if I say that Fusco likes to fuck Krispy Kreme donuts, and you don't fuck a different kind of donut, you're not going to say anything. You're just like, oh, that's just fucking chain rank guys, whatever. Like, fucking they're doing whatever.
Chain rank being chain rank.
if all I did was get the brand of donut wrong, you're going to be like, well, I think this is an absolute outrage to the culture of piping and drumming.
So what you're saying is, let me translate this. So you feel like maybe Bob feels marginalized or feels bad about what they're doing, so thus he's...
Why else engage on a fucking post that has 5 likes?
And I've never seen Bob engage with anybody.
And take the time to individually message people.
Something about that is very...
It's fucking sus as shit, right?
Yes, very suspect. And I don't know... I can't imagine why. Or
like, I get a million fucking comments every day about how the fact there wasn't a Highland Games in 2021 is bullshit.
I just got asked that last night by one of those freaks at Graham's party. Like,
yeah, and
is there games on time?
I just don't answer them because I'm just like, this matters so little to me in the schedule of shit that I'm trying to get done. Like, if someone said the fucking Las Vegas Highland Games sucks and 5 people like the post, I'm not going to jump in the comments and start messaging people and be like,
that's outrageous to me.
I'm not going to be like, I'm going to like face my, well, let me tell you what sucks, sir. Like,
well, it's one that I kind of get him writing back to the post. I mean, I would never do it, but okay. But why write individually to people
that's the thing
like
that's confusing.
Yeah.
Like a comment on the post being like, hey, go
Especially
fuck yourself.
To
like,
nobody,
I get that.
To a couple of nobodies.
Yeah, like nobody gives a fuck.
Like,
there's like 7 people that follow that fucking page. There's gonna be more after this comes out, but
there's got to be more. They're pretty big on Instagram, I think.
I'm like, what the like? Why even bother? I would just been like, lol. That would have been me.
I'm dying. The only thing I want to know is, where are these guys from? Which country are they from? Because I desperately want to know.
I have to assume Canada.
I think they're UK. I for sure think they're UK.
You think so?
Just their tone and the way they're so spot on about and in the know on things that are RSPB related. I mean, I suppose they could be Canadian, but Canada has a long, great history of comedy. Like some of the greatest comedian actors come from Canada. You know,
Dave Chappelle's Canadian.
Exactly. Not stand-ups. Talking actors. Like Canadian stand-ups are definitely not that special. But Jim Carrey, John Candy, fucking, that's all I can think of. But there's a bunch of them. I believe. Fuck, I can't think of them. But
only the white ones, you fucking racist.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Everything's about race these
days. It's 2021, man. Get woke.
But they do have a history of pretty good comedy, I think, and I'm just shocked how easily...
the comment the comment that I loved on the fucking... I gotta pull it up because I clicked away, unfortunately. The comment I loved on this whole fucking double tone controversy.
Oh, is there more? I've only seen that one.
No, there's not more because there's fucking very little on this because it's like a nothing post. But the fucking Rooster, you son of a bitch.
Did he put our name in it?
No, he put Bob Worrell, misguided wokeness. I'm offended that you're offended.
No, I saw that. I thought that was pretty good.
That's pretty funny
because there's a whole lot of misguided wokeness.
That's fairly tame for Rooster.
Yeah, it was surprisingly intelligent for Rooster.
I'm offended that you're offended. It's fucking funny.
That's great. Yeah.
that's really fucking funny.
And there's so much in pop culture of like misguided wokeness or wokeness going on, cancel culture, all this stuff that's going on. But anyway,
that was the whole point of our episode with Ross. Was me just trying to fit as many woke jokes in as I possibly could. Instead of saying roke, I just kept saying woke.
I thought you were just mispronouncing it.
No, I was just fucking with him.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. So let us know once this episode comes out in 7 weeks.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
What do you think? Do you agree? Or are people just a little bored or maybe a little sensitive? Or some combination of the two?
I love the comment that people wrote. Somebody, I can't remember if it was on that same post, but I think it was private, where Bob had posted something about like Get Naked Day or Naked Gardening Day or something or other. Like, let's just comment that back on that, all the 6. Like, I'm offended by this, and just see what he does.
Nobody wants to see wrinkly balls.
Nobody needs. Like, I don't know. It's just so silly.
I think we need to get him on the show.
We definitely do,
to tell us why people shouldn't make memes on Facebook.
I would love to know his understanding of meme in general. He can't possibly understand them.
Does he think they staged and shot that photo to put the logos on it? Like,
the misogyny thing was so funny to me. Like, it's so.
Also, I would just like
over
to point
there.
out
Like,
that of the many definitions of misogyny, wanting to fuck one chick more than you want to fuck a different chick is not misogyny.
It's nature.
Yeah. Like,
But if you're woke, it's not. Apparently, you're.
If either of those chicks are your employees, now we're into
Now-
misogyny and sexual harassment. Yes.
Right now, we're talking something different here, but we're talking walking down the street.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. I wonder if I posted the meme about the Inverary medley 2 years ago, the new Inverary medley, and I used that meme thing.
Yeah.
And it was like the new Inverary medley is exactly that.
Just put that in the comment section.
And I wonder if is that misogynistic? I wonder.
Just add that in to be like, just kind of like do a shot across the bow of like, this is a fucking 20-year-old meme.
Yeah, dude. Like I'll look up the history of this when this picture was taken and be like,
I think they did a thing where they got the same stock photo models and like recreated it.
did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. They do that every once in a while,
Yeah.
but I've seen the girl that's
The
in
scary,
the backseat of the
like-
car.
oh, I've seen the one that's like the scary girlfriend meme girl, and she did like an interview
I've seen
of
that
like,
one too, yeah. Where 20 years later. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's a good one too. The meme chick, the one that did the little girl that's standing in front of the house that's on fire.
yes,
She just recently. Have you seen this?
No.
It was in the news like yesterday, maybe even today, where she sold the rights. I don't know how it works. There's this new thing.
Like
has
the
something to do with
rights- the rights to
cryptocurrency.
her-
It's a whole thing.
oh, it's an NFT.
That
Yeah.
for like $500,000
That's amazing.
and I don't know what that means for the ownership of this.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't even get it. But
It means nothing.
she's like, I'm going to a very expensive college and I need money, so she sold it for like
It's genius.
I'm like, how do we do this
When
on
do
Channery?
when do I get the full set of Callum Beaumont and Seamus Coin memes?
Do we have? I have Seamus's. Do we have Callum?
Well, I just need the image that's going to be the meme image.
Okay, I can work on
Yeah, and then we can come up with some stuff for those because those are going to be fun.
that. Yeah.
And Callum, don't cancel me. you already drunkenly agreed to this like a year ago.
Yeah, the Callum head on a stick.
The
thing?
Callum head on a stick. the 1 to 10 Callum scale.
Dude, we need a Callum puppet too. A Joe Brady and a Callum puppet.
Dude, did you hear that Kelly is already working on the Josh and Andy puppets for
No.
the puppet episode?
No, I didn't know this at all. Like, does she make them or
Apparently.
what?
I didn't know this
This is
either.
news to me. Kelly is multi-talented.
She's very talented. All right, let's go real quick. Let's get into fucking final thoughts so we can get out of here.
Final thoughts. Stop being so offended, everybody. It's not that big a deal. People having some fun.
Yeah.
And guess what? The constituents are what are going to make this thing happen, not the people at the top. So you better start listening to the people on the bottom.
That's it, man. Without the people on the bottom, you don't have a fucking job.
Yep. Nobody's paying for that school unless you appreciate those people paying for that school.
Yeah. Anybody can fucking contact any of those instructors for a private lesson for the same fucking cost.
Way less, probably. I would
probably
imagine.
less.
For a year. You can have private lessons for a year for less.
So, spoiler alert, guys. I might have just ruined an entire business.
I'm not saying don't go to pipe schools. They're quite fun. I enjoy them. But, you know, the
if it's on
pricing model is not that special.
If it's on Zoom,
especially if it's on the internet.
like the point of a piping school is the sesh.
The sesh, the camaraderie, meeting people, all that, yeah.
Like that's the point of a piping school. If it's just a Zoom lesson with an instructor and 17 other people, you're going to get 5 minutes of the time in that hour. You could do it cheaper. Just hire them directly.
Cheaper, better, more efficiently.
The
Piper's Dojo.
Sorry to crush an industry, but it deserved to be crushed.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's all for this episode of the Channeran Podcast. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. And for the audio version, this will be the point where I insert music to play us out.